Hello, friends. I'd like to share some thoughts with you that came to me on Sunday. Sunday, like every day, is part of my prayer and meditation discipline and ritual. And part of that is reading from inspiring authors that I love. And one of my favorite authors is Mark Nepo, Nepo. And his latest book, The Book of Soul, The Book of Soul. And in chapter 4, as I was reading Sunday, Mark delves into two words, immersion and devotion. Immersion and devotion. And I love, he's a beautiful linguist. I love his research into words. I want to share some of this with you. So the word immersion, the word immerse comes from the Latin meaning to dip in. So when we immerse ourselves, we dip in. You can certainly imagine that in water. I'm a swimmer, so I immerse myself in the water. I don't only dip in, I dive in. And some of us in our lives, some of us dip in and many of us dive in. I'm more of a diver throughout the course of my life. The word devote or devotion comes from the Latin meaning to uphold a vow. To uphold a vow. And I'm quoting now. So while immersion invokes the giving of ourselves completely to an endeavor until it reveals its meaning, devotion asks that we uphold our commitment to stay immersed in that which has meaning. Devotion asks us to uphold a commitment to stay immersed in that which has meaning. My life has been blessed with so many role models of immersion and devotion. My mom, kindergarten teacher of 37 years, my kindergarten teacher. My dad, leaving a job as a maintenance foreman in 3M Corporation to go back to school and eventually becoming an administrator, board secretary, and business manager of our local public school district. Every teacher I've ever met in my life who I have been blessed to work with, those teachers I've spoken to in large groups and have done nothing but see your smile and your attention, which means the world to me as a speaker. Those teachers I've had in workshops and professional development programs who've worked really hard to understand with me the challenge of whole child education and social emotional learning. Those children who've survived, who thrived because you love them, because you cared for them, because you were immersed in the profession of teaching, because you are immersed in the devotion of helping your students be the best human beings they could be. And immersion and devotion go light years beyond academics. Those of you who are 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years into this career, you have immersed yourself in servant leadership. And we are in incredible need of leaders right now. And leaders are not the folks who fill up their egos. Leaders are those who fill the hearts and minds of everyone they serve. And often, as some of my dear friends are doing right now, filling not only the hearts and minds, but filling the bellies of the children who need you right now. So my life has been blessed. I see you on Zoom meetings now, fully attentive and caring. After days of taking care of your own children, after days of being on Zoom meetings with your entire classroom, days of helping parents help their children. And as I read this work, Nepo, as he brilliantly does at the end of every chapter, he asks us questions. In bold print, he writes, "Learning is an act of devotion in itself, which is more rewarding and useful than any particular piece of information learned." Learning itself, and I have always loved learning. The only thing I like more than learning is sitting next to my wife and holding her hand and hugging her. And now we come, for me, as Nepo asks in his book, who are the people in your life that have immersed themselves and have been devoted to people and causes that they love? And that's my role model. That's my wife. That's Sandra. Sandra Datillo Stecker. She has immersed her life in kindness. Everyone, whether you knew her or not, she was kind to you. She always has been. She always is. She continues to be. Family, friends, loved ones, always kind. And she has immersed herself in the devotion and care of our family. And most particularly, she has immersed herself in the devotion and care of our daughter, Ashley, for 37 years. Those of you who know me and know my family know that our daughter is 37 years old. She's developmentally 2 months old. And that has been her life. You must feed her, care for her, change her diaper as if you would an infant. Imagine that alone. My wife immersed in the devotion of love for our daughter, changing diapers every single day for 37 years. I am humbled by her love and kindness every day. It has no limits. It has no limits. Ashley's tube fed. She needs oxygen often. She has breathing treatments every morning and every evening. She has percussion treatments every morning and every evening. Sandra's now 71, and she wakes up every day ready to go, smiling, singing, greeting everyone with love. I work every day to be the best man I can be because she deserves the best man I can be. So whatever it is you are immersed in, whatever is your great devotion, redouble your efforts because our world needs you now. Our world needs human beings who are immersed and devoted to love and respect and caring and kindness. And those days that you're tired, remember there's a woman who's 71 years old who looks at least 20 years younger. Because my experience is love keeps you younger. And when you're tired, remember that no matter what day of night, no matter what time of day, she's taking care of her daughter. Every day, every night. love.